They watch your eyes before your words. Toxic people read hesitation like a map. The moment you stop doubting yourself, that map burns in their hands. You came here because something feels off. Someone close keeps making you feel small, slow, or unsure of your own mind. You are not broken. You are not too sensitive. You have just been trained to distrust the one person who actually sees the truth. That person is you. And the second your trust returns, every toxic person around you starts leaking signals they cannot control. This is the part nobody explains. Self-trust is not a feeling. It is a weapon that exposes them in seconds. Watch what happens when you stop apologizing for existing. Their face changes, their tone shifts, their script breaks. They built their power on your doubt. Remove the doubt, and the entire performance collapses in front of you like wet paper. Most people never see the shift. They keep begging for clarity from the same person who profits from their confusion. You will not make that mistake again. By the end of this, you will read them faster than they can read you. Think about the last time someone twisted your words. You explained, defended, clarified, and still walked away feeling guilty. That guilt was not yours. It was planted. And it only grew because you trusted their version of you more than your own. The moment you stop doing that, something dark surfaces in them. A flicker of panic they try to hide behind a smile. That flicker is everything. That flicker is the truth they spent months hiding under charm, jokes, and fake concern. Here is what nobody tells you. Toxic people do not fear your anger. They fear your certainty. Anger they can use. Anger they can spin into a story where you are unstable and they are the calm victim. But certainty has no handle. There is nothing for them to grab, twist, or weaponize against you in front of others. When you say something simple like, "That is not true," and do not flinch, their entire strategy short-circuits inside their head. Try this phrase the next time they rewrite reality. Say, "That is not what happened." Then stop talking completely. Do not soften it. Do not explain. Do not fill the silence with nervous words that hand them the rope they need. Watch their eyes. Watch the small swallow in their throat. That is the sound of a manipulator losing their grip. Now think of the friend who only calls when they need something. The one who goes cold when you finally say no. That coldness is not random. It is punishment for breaking the unspoken rule that your time belongs to them. A healthy person can handle your no. They might not love it, but they respect that you are a separate human being. A toxic person treats your no like an attack, because to them, your limit removed their access, and access was the whole relationship. That is the cleanest test you will ever have. Set one small boundary and watch who stays calm and who turns cruel. The ones who turn cruel were never your people. They were just renters in your life pretending to be family. Here is where it gets dark. Toxic people study you more than you realize. They notice which compliments soften you. They notice which insults shrink you. They notice which silences make you chase them harder. They are not paying attention because they love you. They are paying attention because information is leverage, and leverage is control. The second you trust yourself again, you stop leaking that information. You stop oversharing. You stop explaining your every move. And without that supply of data, they cannot predict you. A manipulator who cannot predict you is a manipulator who cannot manage you. That is when the real shift begins. That is when they start making mistakes you can finally see clearly. Watch for the sudden interest. After weeks of distance, they reappear with a soft message asking how you have been. That message is not care. That is a probe. They are testing whether their access has been restored after their last move failed. Do not answer with warmth. Do not answer with rage. Answer with something flat that gives them nothing to work with. Try this. Just say, "Noted." One word. No emoji. No explanation. No promise of future contact. The silence that follows will tell you everything. A normal person moves on. A manipulator escalates. They will guilt trip. They will play victim. They will suddenly remember a shared memory designed to soften your spine. Hold the line. Every word you do not send is a brick they cannot use to rebuild the cage you just walked out of. Now picture the coworker who smiles while undercutting you. The one who praises you in private and dims you in meetings. You used to wonder if you were imagining it. You were not. Your gut clocked it before your mind had language for it. Jealousy disguised as friendship is one of the oldest traps. They keep you close so they can monitor you, not celebrate you. When you trust yourself, You stop seeking their approval at the table. You stop checking their face after every sentence you say. That alone changes the room. Power moves through whoever stops looking for permission first. Here's the part most people miss. You do not have to expose them out loud. You just have to stop performing for them. Walk in calm. Speak once. Do not repeat yourself when interrupted. Let your silence carry the weight your words used to beg to carry. If they take credit for your work, do not explode. Smile slightly and say, "Interesting." Then let the room sit with it. That one word plants a seed. People notice tone more than facts. Your calm makes their grab look exactly like the theft it was. Now let us decode the guilt trip. A classic line, "After everything I have done for you." That sentence is not love speaking. That is a receipt being waved in your face for kindness that came with hidden interest. Real care does not keep score. Real care does not invoice you the moment you choose yourself over their preference. When you hear that line, you do not argue. You say, "I am not having this conversation." Then you change the subject or leave. You owe no one a debate for the right to exist on your own terms. That sentence ends more manipulation than any speech ever could. Here's another decoding: the silent treatment. Silence from a healthy person usually means they need space to think clearly without saying something they will regret later. Silence from a toxic person means punishment. They are training you to chase them, apologize first, and accept blame for their reaction. The cure is simple and brutal. Do not chase. Let the silence be theirs to carry until it becomes uncomfortable for them, not you. Most of them will break first. They cannot stand being unseen. Their power depends on your attention, and you just cut the supply. That is the crazy part. The same silence they used as a weapon becomes the cage they cannot escape. Now watch what happens when you stop explaining yourself. This single shift rewires every toxic dynamic in your life. Explaining feels respectful. It feels mature. But to a manipulator, your explanation is just raw material for their next attack. They will twist it. They will quote you back to yourself months later. They will use it in front of others to paint you as unstable. So you stop feeding the machine. You say, "My answer is the same." You say, "I already told you." You say nothing more. This is not coldness. This is conservation. You are protecting energy that was being drained into a hole that never fills. Halfway through your shift, something interesting happens. People who used to dominate the room start asking what changed about you. You do not owe them that answer either. A quiet, "I am just busy," works better than any deep confession ever could. I want you to think about one specific person while reading this, the one whose name surfaced in your chest already. Drop their relationship in the comments, not their name. Just say if it is family, friend, partner, parent, or coworker. Your sentence might be the exact mirror someone else needs to see today. Your story can wake another person up faster than any video can. Then come right back, because the deeper moves are still ahead, and the next layer is where their real mask slips for good. Now here is a nuance most channels skip. Not every difficult person is toxic. Some people are tired, some are wounded, some are clumsy with words. They will own it when shown the impact of their behavior. A toxic person does the opposite. Shown the impact, they double down, deflect, or flip the script so you become the problem. That is your line. Reaction to feedback is the cleanest X-ray of someone's character you will ever get for free. Use it. Watch how they respond when you calmly name one specific thing. Watch whether they soften or sharpen. Their reaction is your answer. You do not need a second opinion. You do not need a third chance. You saw it. Here is another power move. Stop matching their energy. When they raise their voice, lower yours. When they speed up, slow down. When they get dramatic, get bored. Mismatched energy makes them feel insane. They expected fire, and you handed them ice. They have no script for that. This is the calm dominance the channel name promises. You are not louder. You are not meaner. You are simply unreachable. Try this phrase when they push hard. Say, "You can think that," then look away briefly and change topic. 5 words. No defense. No counter-argument. Just permission for them to hold an opinion that no longer rules you. That phrase ends arguments before they start, because there is nothing left to argue against, only an opinion floating in empty air. Now let me show you a nonverbal move that destroys their rhythm. Pause before you answer. Not for show. For 3 real seconds. Look at them, then speak slowly, clearly, and only as much as needed. That pause does something strange to a manipulator. They feel evaluated. They feel measured. They feel suddenly visible. Most of them cannot stand being visible. Their whole game depends on you reacting fast, emotionally, and without thinking. Take that away, and their tools rust in their hands while they are still trying to swing them at you. Another non-verbal weapon is keeping you face flat. Do not smile to soothe. Do not frown to fight. Just be still. Stillness reads as power. Stillness reads as certainty. Stillness reads as a person who has nothing left to prove to the room. They will test that stillness. They will joke, poke, provoke, and even insult to crack it. Let them try. Stay flat. After enough attempts, they retreat. Not because you defeated them, but because they ran out of handles to grab. Now think of the smear campaign. When they cannot control you, they try to control your image to the people around you. They will tell mutual friends you have changed, that you are cold, that you are difficult, that something is wrong with you. Here's the truth. People who matter will ask you directly. People who believe a one-sided story were never on your side. You do not chase down rumors. You live well, stay calm, and let time do the work that explanation never could. A liar always exposes themselves eventually. Their stories shift, their tone slips, their patterns repeat with the next victim in line. You do not need to be the one who exposes them. You just need to be the one who stopped being the supply. Now imagine the love bomber, the one who came in fast, hot, and perfect, then turned cold the moment you relaxed. That was not love. That was a deposit. They invested early so they could withdraw obedience later when they needed it most. When you trust yourself, you feel the early signs. The rushed intimacy. The flattery that does not match how little they know you. You slow down. You watch behavior over words. You let time reveal what charm tried to hide in the opening leaks. Time is the one tool they cannot manipulate. Time always tells. Time is the quiet judge they cannot bribe. Here is the line for them. Try this when they push for fast commitment or fast access. Say, not this time. 3 words. No apology. No long reasoning. A clear signal that the old version of you is no longer at this door. Now picture the family member who weaponizes your past. The one who reminds you who you used to be every chance they get. That is not memory. That is a leash. They keep you tied to an older self because the new self refuses their control. You do not have to argue your growth. You say, that was a long time ago. Then you change the subject without flinching. They want a reaction. They want you to defend the new you. They want proof you still need their approval to feel real. Give them none of it. Your growth is not on trial. Your past is not their evidence. Your present is not their court. Here is the part that ends them quietly. They lose their power the moment you stop needing them to admit anything. You do not need their apology. You do not need their confession. You do not need them to finally see you clearly. You see you clearly. That is the only verdict that ever mattered, and it has already been signed in your own handwriting. A boundary is not control. A boundary is a fence around your life that tells others where your yes ends and your no begins. Control tries to manage other people. Boundaries simply manage your own door. One is invasion, the other is sovereignty. Toxic people will call your boundary controlling because that word sounds bad to outsiders watching the conflict from a distance. Do not take the bait. Say, I am not discussing this. Then continue with your day as if the comment never happened. Now, the final layer, the deepest reason trusting yourself terrifies them. Self-trust makes you unreadable. It makes you unhookable. It makes you a person they cannot script in advance anymore. A manipulator without a script is a hunter without a weapon. They still circle, but they cannot land the strike like before. Eventually they leave, or they shrink, or they find someone easier to play, because the easy ones are always their real target. That is not rejection. That is graduation. You outgrew a game that was rigged against you from the very first move. So here's what I want you to do tonight. Pick one phrase from this video and use it within the next week. Then come back and tell me which one hit the hardest in the comments below. Share what shifted in the room when you used it. If this gave you even one move you did not have before, subscribe and turn on the bell so the next one finds you in time. You are not the difficult one. You are the one they could not break, and that is exactly why they panicked. From this moment, you are not learning to recognize toxic people. You are simply remembering that you always could.